Hello friends, and welcome back to Swiftlessons for another by request song tutorial. In today's session, I'm going to be breaking down another hit song by Elvis Presley. This one is from 1960 and is entitled It's Now or Never. We're going to get started learning how to play the intro section, then I'm going to break down the chord progressions and the strumming pattern for the verse and chorus section. Now I'm going to set up some microphones, the Earthworks SV33 and also the SR25. I'm going to be aiming that one right here at the body of the guitar. And during that performance, I want you to see what you can figure out just using your ear and your musical instincts. You can follow along using my chord sheet at patreon.com/swiftlessons. Join me there and gain access to a ton of extra resources for all my popular YouTube guitar lessons. Now, let's get started. 1, 2, 3, 4.
It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. And when I first saw you, with your smile so tender, my heart was captured, my soul surrendered. I'd spent a lifetime waiting for the right time. Now that you're near, the time is here at last. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. And just like a willow, we will cry an ocean if we lost our true love and sweet devotion. Your lips excite me, let your arms invite me. For who knows when we'll meet again this way. It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling. Be mine tonight. Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait. It's now or never. My love won't wait.
Okay, close look at the fretboard, getting started with our intro section. We're in standard tuning, key of E major. It's gonna sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1.
It's now or never.
Okay, so that was pretty simple. We basically just have 4 different positions here. We're starting off on the 12th fret of the B string and also the 11th fret of the high E string. We're going to be in this position for 1 measure or 4 beats. We'll get the picking later. Right now I just want you to get the number of beats and the positions. Okay, from there we're going to go down to the 9th fret of the B string, 7th fret of the high E string. Go that for 2 beats before going down a whole step with the same exact shape. And then moving on to the 5th fret B string, 4th fret of the high E string. A little piece of that E major chord in D position. Okay, put all those together and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Before getting into an E major chord where we're going to be throwing in a bit of a strumming pattern. Okay, so now let's talk about the picking. We're going to have 32nd notes. We're going back up to the 12th fret of the B string and the 11th fret of the high E string. Now, if you've never done this before, it's going to be very fast picking. And the way you accomplish this is you have to use a nice thin pick, nice and flat on the strings. And to give you an idea of how thin this pick is, it is a 0.46 millimeter. It's almost translucent. And one of the things I always like to tell my students is that the pick is kind of the unsung hero of a good rhythm guitar track. You really need to use the right pick for a mix. So if you're looking for something that can allow you to do some fast picking and also be able to get a nice light percussive sound on those strings when you're strumming, then you got to go for a thin pick. Okay, so here we are, 12th fret B, 11th fret high E string. Now let's start off just with quarter notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, very simple, obviously. Now eighth notes. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now try 16th notes. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. Now we're gonna double that speed. It's basically going to be as fast as you can pick. And I'm kind of picking over here closer to the bridge where there's a little bit more tension on the strings. I found that helps me to get kind of a nice clean sound when I'm doing this type of picking here. So we need to count to 4 or 4 beats as we're picking those 32nd notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then slide down to the 9th fret and 7th fret position. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Do the same thing down a whole step from there. 1, 2, and then arrive down to the 5th fret B string and 4th fret high E string. And I like to do a little slide away before going to the E major chord. You put all that together and we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, then you go to the E major chord and we're going to be strumming. The strumming pattern that we're going to be using throughout the entire song. We've got 2 different options here. We can play bass, down, up, down, up, down, up. That would sound like this. Notice how the second beat gets a nice long stroke. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Now the other option is you can do a little bit more of a calypso pattern. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Again, allowing that second beat to be nice and long. Okay, but I think for my performance, I generally stayed with that first strumming pattern. Bass, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or you can count it 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. The perfect strumming pattern for this tune. Okay, great work everybody. You had that intro section down, and now we're jumping into the chorus section. We're gonna be taking this line by line, following along using my chord sheet from patreon.com/Swiftlessons. Okay, so jumping right in, we're gonna get started with the chord E major. Now coming out of that intro section, we were already on this chord. We're gonna have it for 2 measures with that same strumming pattern. Bass, down, up, down, up, down, up, bass, down, up, down, up, down, up. From there, we're gonna transition to the chord F sharp minor, barring the 2nd fret, setting up your minor shape, the 4th fret of the A string and D string. Okay, apply that pattern over 2 measures. Okay, now moving on to line number 2 of this chord sheet, we're going to the chord B dominant 7. Again, for 2 measures. Actually, all these chords are gonna get 2 measures. So this chord, you might not know it, we're gonna have the 2nd fret of the A string, 1st fret of the D string, grabbing that dominant 7, the 2nd fret of the G string, and your pinky here on the high E string 2nd fret. A B dominant 7 chord, 2 measures. Now notice that I switched my root note here. It's going to be on the A string for both of those measures. Okay, then head back to the E major chord for 2 measures. Put all that together and we have It's now or never. Come hold me tight.
my darling, be mine tonight.
Okay, now we're moving on to a very cool chord change on line number 3, the minor 4 chord, which is something very common to music in this era. So an A minor chord,
Tomorrow
for 2 measures before going back to E,
will be too late.
the B dominant 7 again for 2 measures,
It's now or never. My love won't wait.
Alright, then 1 measure of E major and then a quick stop to finish up the chorus section. Okay, now putting our entire chorus section together at a nice slow tempo, starting from those 2 measures of E major in the intro. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and
It's now or never. Come hold me tight. Kiss me, my darling, and be mine tonight.
minor 4.
Tomorrow will be too late. It's now or never. My love won't wait.
And stop. And that'll get you into the verse section. Okay, very well done everybody. Thus far you have the intro and the chorus sections complete. Now that chorus section is going to be repeating verbatim throughout the tune. Now we're moving on to your verse section, and we're going to have more of the same. Same exact strumming pattern and most of the same exact chords. Okay, we're going to break this up into 2 parts. Part number 1 is going to be lines 1 and 2.
When I first saw you, with your smile so tender, my heart was captured, my soul surrendered. I'd spent a lifetime.
Okay, so that's your first 2 lines of music there. We had the E major chord for 2 measures just like we did before in the chorus section. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and then we move on to the major 4 chord in this key, A major. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? A major right out of that major scale. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so that got 2 measures also. Then moving on to the 5 chord in the key of E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a B note, and we're gonna make that into a B dominant 7, just like we did in the chorus section. Okay, 2 measures there before going back to the E chord for 2 measures. Okay, then part number 2, it's going to be that E-A progression one more time.
I'd spent a lifetime waiting for the right time.
Alright, now here's where it's going to change up.
Now that you're near, the time is here at last. It's now or never.
Okay, so then we switched it up. We had 1 measure of the E chord, 1 measure of the 5 chord B7, and then a measure of E major before doing the stop. Then that'll take you back into the chorus section. Okay, everybody, if you have those 2 sections down, then you're basically ready to perform the song. We're gonna do a quick run through of the remaining sections. Okay, so after that first verse, we're gonna go into another chorus. Following that, we're gonna have verse number 2 played the exact same way as verse 1. Then we're going to finish up the song with chorus 3, which is going to be played exactly the same as the other choruses, but we're going to loop some sections. So it's going to sound like this. We have the E major chord starting us off.
It's now or E. Come hold me,
F sharp minor.
kiss me, my darling,
That B7 chord.
and be mine tonight.
The minor 4 chord.
Tomorrow too late.
The E chord, 1 chord. To the 5.
Never. My love won't wait.
Alright, then loop that section again. It's now or B7.
My love won't wait.
Stop. it's now or. Okay, now here we're gonna reprise the intro a little bit. Never. That quick 30-second note picking over the 12th fret of the B string and 11th fret high E string, just like we did in the intro. Alright, then I'm gonna go, my love won't wait, before going back to the E major chord. So, it's now or never, my love won't wait. It's now or back to the B dominant 7 chord, we're finishing up. Never, my love, gotta hit that high note, won't wait. To finish up the tune, congratulations everybody, you're ready to perform. Alright friends, thanks so much for checking out this lesson on It's Now or Never. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments section down below. Big thanks to my supporters at patreon.com/swiftlessons. Hope you're enjoying all those extra resources. And thanks to you, I got many more lessons coming up. So keep checking in, please subscribe, please share. This is Rob at Swift Guitar Lessons in Philadelphia, saying happy picking.